The situation in Gaza is dire, with a devastating loss of life and an escalating conflict that shows no signs of abating. At least 38 people were killed in Israeli airstrikes and gunfire, with health officials in Gaza reporting a grim toll. This comes as international efforts to broker a ceasefire gain momentum, but Israel's leadership remains resolute in its pursuit of the war. The attacks on Saturday morning targeted residential areas in central and northern Gaza, including a refugee camp. The aftermath was heart-wrenching, with families torn apart and innocent lives lost. 9 members of the same family perished in Nusayrat, a tragedy that underscores the indiscriminate nature of the violence. But here's where it gets controversial. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a defiant speech at the UN General Assembly, declared that his nation must finish the job against Hamas. This statement, aimed at both the international community and his domestic audience, sparked a walkout by delegates from multiple nations. Israel's isolation is growing, with more countries recognizing Palestinian statehood, a move Israel staunchly opposes. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has been urged by various nations to pressure Israel for a ceasefire. Trump, speaking to reporters, expressed optimism about achieving a deal to end the fighting and secure the release of hostages. And this is the part most people miss. Despite these efforts, Israel is pushing forward with a major ground operation in Gaza City, a region facing famine. Hundreds of thousands of people have fled, but many remain trapped, unable to afford relocation. The strikes on Saturday demolished a house in Gaza City, killing at least 11, including women and children. More lives were lost in Shati refugee camp and in southern and central Gaza, where Palestinians seeking aid were met with gunfire. The situation in Gaza City's hospitals is critical, with many on the brink of collapse. Airstrikes have destroyed clinics, damaged hospitals, and left medical facilities struggling to cope with a severe shortage of supplies. Patients and staff have been forced to flee, leaving behind a desperate situation for those who remain. Doctors Without Borders has suspended its activities in Gaza City due to the intensified Israeli offensive. The group cited an unacceptable level of risk for its staff, with Israeli tanks positioned dangerously close to their facilities. The food situation in northern Gaza has also deteriorated, with Israel halting aid deliveries and rejecting UN requests to bring supplies into the region. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, Israel's campaign has resulted in over 65,000 deaths and more than 167,000 injuries. The ministry's figures, considered reliable by UN agencies and experts, indicate that women and children account for around half of the fatalities. The conflict was triggered by a Hamas-led militant incursion into Israel on October 7, 2023, resulting in the deaths of around 1,200 people and the taking of hostages. While some captives have been released, 48 remain in Gaza, with Israel believing around 20 to still be alive. This tragic situation in Gaza demands our attention and action. What are your thoughts on the international community's role in mediating this conflict? Should more pressure be placed on Israel to cease its military operations? Let's discuss in the comments and explore potential paths towards peace.